It's live already.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah.
Yeah. What's good?
Light word.
What's good, everybody?
Put your
This the
microphone.
this the this the this the first day we doing this little podcast shit. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk about loyalty today. You know, we had a little incident earlier where my homeboy's brother hit him up like, yeah, remember that old chick you used to hit? She hit me up trying to, get something cracking. He don't give a fuck, but he's like, damn, why you bringing that shit up to me? But the mafia rules is you never hit a nigga's ex-wife, a nigga's ex-girl just because it be drama. You know what I'm saying? Even the man may not say he don't have feelings for a chick, but 9 times out of 10 he might. It doesn't matter. The Bible tells you not to covet the next man's chick. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he didn't care about the shit, but that just made us spark up this whole idea to talk about loyalty. You know what I'm saying? On this first segment, me being the older bro and he the younger bro, we call this shit YGTV, but this section is called OG Talk, so tell them who you is, Guale.
What's going, y'all? Y'all know what's up, man. It's your boy Guale, Big Huncho. Ain't here to play with nobody. Y'all know how this shit go, man. It's light work. Hey, just a brief, a brief, a brief explanation, and trying to introduce myself to you all. I'm an upcoming artist, upcoming rapper out of Atlanta. I'm from the west side of New York, upstate, 315, but we rep Atlanta, North Atlanta. We've been coming out of here about 5 years strong doing this rap shit, y'all. We done took it serious within the last 2 years, but we finally done, we putting the microphone down for a little minute, y'all, and we gonna go ahead and try to really take off with a whole bunch of other shit. We done started a mobile detail business this year. We done started a Pimp Juice YG TV show, and really, man, tell you the truth, we out here just trying to go up, get it in every way, shape, or form we can. Like I said, I'm starting my own little clothing brand, One Play. Y'all really can't see it right now, but we got clothing, t-shirt, hats, clothes, whatever you want. It's out there. Just hit us up, DM, follow all the pages. They all gonna be dropped down here, links everywhere. We gonna go crazy, bro. Every chance we get.
So like, you see what's going on, man. Ain't no loyalty out here, man. You see Bootsy just posted that his little nephew or cousin and ran up in the house and stole 5,000. Then he went to talking about another relative who told some boys from TBG that they could get a feature from Bootsy for 10,000. So he like, damn, nigga, you using my name to make money off me. Then he already had the incident where his brother tried to backdoor him for Young Blue, and it was for like a quarter million or so. Let's see that mic. Hold on, y'all. But yeah, so basically his own family been doing some bullshit with him. So how do y'all feel about that? You know, Ain't no loyalty out here. Your own family will backdoor you and do you dirty. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what's your bootsy do? You can't slime them out. This is your family. These are your relatives. So how do y'all feel about that? At the end of the day, your own family do you dirty, man. I mean, what you say about that, man?
Tell you the truth, for real. At the end of the day, I mean, they blood is blood. You know what I'm saying? They say it's thicker than water, but at the end of the day, your ass go thirsty trying to motherfucking feed them, trying to motherfucking change everybody's life. You can't. You gotta focus on yourself. You gotta focus on doing what you can do for you. You gotta play your cards. You gotta play the cards that's dead to you. Play the hand that's dead to you. That's the correct term. But it's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. You can't go and want to crash out or jump off the edge of the goddamn cliff for anybody, because at the end of the day, you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be fucked. You're gonna be the only one that gotta go through all the trials and tribulations every day. You know what I'm saying? You suffering to get the goddamn where you want to be in life. You struggling, and then niggas look at it like, oh shit, hey, he don't find a way. Let's go ahead and jump on board with him. And now everybody behind you, they want to goddamn, all hail you, all praise you. But man, in this world, it's always about yourself for real. Like, family is always a must, but sometimes, man, family show their true colors and you gotta go left. Leave them where they at and continue to focus on yourself. Don't shit stop the show. Just like we said, Pimp Juice YGTV, we out here segment OG talk. This is what we here for today, just to show y'all, let y'all know, give y'all a little bit of inspiration and a brief description of everything that's going on for real.
Man, another thing that's in the algorithms, what's going on right now is this shit that's happening with Lil Baby and Saweetie. Was she wrong for smashing the homie? At the end of the day, Quavo was cheating on her. You see what happened in the elevator. That was all about him cheating. I don't know what was in the box. He was trying to get into his gamer box. He had some evidence in there, maybe. Who knows? But end of the day, Lil Baby supposedly dropped 100,000 on some Birkins and broke her off to hit that puss. They had a little beef that was going on at the moment, because Offset and his gambling addiction, caused a little problem. So what happens? You know how the game is. You hit a nigga bitch. That's how you hit him where it hurt. He may not have had beef with motherfucking Quavo, but he hit that man's bitch, and that caused problems in his household. So who was wrong in that moment? Was it her for being the slimy chick, fucking one of the bros? You know, is she wrong for that? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he wasn't best friends with Lil Baby, but that was one of the bros. Now everybody running around talking about, oh, they think that she fucked Offset, but nah, it was all about Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, she didn't break up the Migos. The Migos was already having their own problem. But here we go once again with that whole loyalty shit. You know, what's the difference? You see what's going on with Bootsy. You see what's going on with Lil Baby and his ex. But the bad part was she dropped a response to his song when they just had a death with Takeoff. So it's not the time for you to use this shit for some clout with your little album coming out. At the end of the day, you got women talking about, oh, well, he didn't have no shame when he put the business out in the song talking about her ass. So they like, oh, girl power. They backing her up and shit. They don't give a fuck that this man just took a death, with his nephew and all of that. So it's crazy, man. It's sad. But end of the day, was she wrong for smashing one of the homies? Life goes on. That's another motherfucking topic. Now you got NBA YoungBoy getting into it with No Cap. Now NBA YoungBoy is all about loyalty. He gave a white boy one of his chains and he said blood comes with that, so be careful. Now at the end of the day, he's mad at No Cap for being in the studio with Moneybagg Yo's homeboy, and NBA got problems with Moneybagg Yo. And then at the same time, No Cap is following Lil Durk. And people thought that No Cap was dissing Lil Durk, and he explained himself. And NBA YoungBoy like, fuck that, why are you explaining yourself to these people? A op is a op. But my thing is, your op don't mean that's my op. This is the music industry. It's a friendly-ass industry, and you can't be beef on everybody. Then you can't make money. It's just like what Young Buck said about 50 Cent. 50 Cent was beefing with all the people he was fans of, like motherfucking Jadakiss and Fat Joe and them. So now you done took on this man's beef, and you didn't even have beef with them people. Which he was riding with 50. He wasn't complaining. He was doing what a soldier's supposed to do. But it's the same thing that's going on with NBA YoungBoy. You know what I'm saying? He's mad at No Cap for mingling with the ops. But if you look at it, Lil Uzi had beef with Rich the Kid, right? So when they asked him, would you do a song with Lil Uzi? NBA was like, nah, because he got problems with Rich the Kid. But look what Rich the Kid did. He turned around and went to dinner with Lil Durk, knowing that it's up, knowing that it's beef. So in this music industry, man, these people ain't your friends. At the end of the day, it's a business, and it's about money. So NBA YoungBoy is looking at it from a street perspective, but everybody ain't real street niggas. Now No Cap is a street nigga, so he should know that it would be a problem with NBA YoungBoy. So once again, we come back to this question about loyalty. Is No Cap wrong? The only thing he said was people asked him why you ain't dropped the song with NBA YoungBoy. He was like, well, let me go up on my own first. I want to make hits first. I don't want people thinking I can't make a hit without the NBA name. So NBA YoungBoy goes off on him and is like, nigga, I don't fuck with you. That's why we ain't made a song together. He's like, nigga, you tried to charge motherfucking Atlantic for a feature. He's like, well, I'm not charging you. I'm charging the label. They the ones with the money. They need to pay me. So is he wrong for that? He didn't give that man that feature when he's supposed to be signed to them. Now they say that motherfucking Future charged Rollo $250,000 to jump on his song. So he claims. He said he had street money, so he paid for it. So it's like, okay, if Future's trying to charge a label and he's not charging you and you're an up and coming artist, that's two totally different things. Like he just signed or he tried to sign Boston Richie, and Boston Richie already had money and stuff. You know, he said that he got a little baby feature coming. He had a Kodak feature. He met Dirk through Future, and he got a Dirk feature. But at the end of the day, he had money to pay for a feature from Future. And Future was like, shit, you already got money. You might as well sign to me. You know, I'm pretty sure he didn't want to sign and charge that man $250,000, you know, like he did. I think, what female was it that just came out and said he charged her $250,000? I don't think it was Sweetie. It was somebody.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion, yeah. Which we know she didn't have money when she signed. She signed for like $15,000 or $20,000 advance. You know, so for her to go to her label and say, "Hey, I need $250,000 for this feature," you know, that's a high ass amount. But the same thing happened with motherfucking Offset and his girl. You know, he fucked her, but then he tried to charge her $250,000 for a feature. She's like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I thought you was rocking with me. You ain't a real nigga. She was like, man, you know, I'm a brim. You know, I live by different rules. That's what she said. And this is before they got deep into the relationship or whatnot. But that man was trying to get his money. So he gets online and he's like, man, I made you. You know, and he made her feel like shit. This is before she got pregnant and they got deep into the relationship or whatever. But she did feel some type of way that he tried to charge her this $250,000, you know. And look what happened. They did the little song Drip that took off. Then they did the song Motorsport featuring Nicki. That shit took off. So at the end of the day, the Migos helped get Cardi lit. She was just a mixtape rapper. That solidified her spot as an artist, you know. But she was mad about him trying to charge her. But he was trying to charge the label, not her personally. You know, if you know these white people got the money, might as well get it and bust it down with the crew, you know. So at the end of the day, you can't take that shit personal because it's a motherfucking business. So we talking about loyalty right now, you know. We talking about motherfucking loyalty. Now, another one, Asian Doll. She got 4 million followers. At first, she might have had close to 2 million. Her motherfucking record label dropped her. She was with with Gucci. And Gucci said he didn't really make no money off their ass when they was on Warner Brothers. And then he took everybody to Atlantic and he did the new 1017 over there or whatever. Now, mind you, she said that Von taught her how to get money. This man made $1 million, you know, and didn't even have a real album. Meanwhile, she had been in the industry way longer than him, you know. Now, she supposedly, allegedly cheated on him with Raw Youngin, with Quavo, and Lil Meech. Then, soon as Von dies, she goes and gets with Jack Boy. She wanted to get with the little nigga out of the Bronx. What's the little nigga that did the shooting?
K-Flock.
K-Flock. She couldn't get with him, so she got with his man, Dougie B, right? And then now she's with a whole nother nigga. So within 1 year, you done fucked 3 niggas and had a public relationship, but you got 6 Von tattoos and swear you so in love with Von and you just wait until you die to meet him again. You know.
These hoes would do you dirty, y'all.
End of the day, Jada Kingdom exposed her and said that she fucked 11 people in the industry. You know, that's a whole nother video we got to do to break down all the bodies that she got. But end of the day, she bragged about cheating on Von. Now you use this man's name for clout. You straight up use his name for clout doing all this boo-hooing, crying 48 hours online. You doing interviews, knowing that y'all was broke up before that man died. Y'all had been broke up. He did interviews like, no, I'm not with her. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, they were still fucking around on the low because he loved her and she loved him. But she straight up used his name as clout. She started throwing down the rakes, talking about GDK, calling herself Queen Vaughn. You know, now she got all these followers that she didn't have before. She can't even motherfucking sell out a show. You know, end of the day, she did that song, don't give a fuck about nothing, but she can't make no motherfucking sales. So then you do a whole mixtape called Let's Do a Drill, knowing you ain't never drilled shit. Talking about you used to bang Vaughn's hood. Nigga, you was claiming Crip. You can't be a BD and a Crip. You're not from O Block. They don't respect you in Chicago. Katie got bands and exposed your ass. Stop motherfucking using Chicago for clout. You're not from that culture. Ain't no drill rappers in Texas. End of the day, you never drill shit. You just went to jail for driving with no license and you tried to get clout off of that shit. You doing all these posts talking about, oh, whoever left me in this motherfucker and left me behind. Bitch, you not in there for no motherfucking murders. You in there for motherfucking driving with suspended license, man. Come on. But stop saying, oh, I put that on Vaughn. They done told you. Them niggas from O Block said stop putting shit on Vaughn's name. Davon Benton or whatever his name is. Stop doing that shit. They took you off the motherfucking album. You're not even on his album. The man had a whole nother baby on the way. You know, they say he kept making you have abortions. So end of the day, you keep running around acting like you was so in love with this man, this, that, and the third. But Jada Kingdom then said that you used to brag about cheating on him. So here we go with loyalty. You know, at the end of the day, you got people that'll use your name for motherfucking clout when you dead and gone. You know, use your name for clout while you alive. You know,
I hear clout chasing and pump faking.
Where's the motherfucking loyalty at, man? This shit getting crazy. Then we got Mimo 600, the nigga who was really trolling when Vaughn died. At first it was him and motherfucking 600 Breezy, and 600 Breezy said he was dead wrong and he left that shit alone. But at the end of the day, you got Mimo, who ain't never put in no work. He ain't even do nothing when his brother died. This man act like he went to Savannah like he was gonna do some shit, and he just went down there to do a video shoot, right? This man was sneak dissing Dirt while he was on live with Breezy, talking about, yeah, I really be in the trenches with the killers. These niggas living in the suburbs. But then he turn around and go to the Gucci video with Dirt, and he all in the video, and then he tattoos OTF on him. But then when the little beef was going on with NBA doing an album with the baby, they told y'all to shut up and leave it alone. You go online talking shit, talking about he thought NBA would save his career. So then they had a meeting about Mimo and told his ass to pull up, and his scary ass hid in the closet while his mans got beat up and got their Steve Drive chains took. You know, now recently, motherfucking Lil Barney just was on live talking about, yeah, they had a whole meeting about knocking your head off. And I stood up for you. You know, I stood up for you. Now, what happens? Mimo start talking tough, doing his whole internet thing like he always does, you know, because he's not a loyal nigga. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, you know, them niggas then took them chains from your people and you ain't a stand-up guy. You know, you went online talking shit, wearing a ski mask and gloves, acting like you gonna run down on somebody from OTF, knowing damn well you ain't gonna do shit, man. You know, that's motherfucking sad, bro. Niggas be using niggas' names for motherfucking clout out here, man. There's no loyalty, man. That ain't motherfucking showing that you're a loyal member, man. You know. So what do y'all feel about that? You know, I see a couple of comments in here. You know, y'all tap in with that, man. Let us know how y'all feeling about this shit.
Definitely, we appreciate the love. Y'all keep commenting, man. Keep it. Drop all interest. Anything that you feel, you know, any way, shape, or form you feel like you relate to anything that was said. You got any comment, you know, you want us to dig deeper on in any segment or anything we just spoke on, just drop a comment on the side. Just keep it going. Just keep going. Like, that's what the fuck we here for. We here to let y'all know what the fuck going on out here. Like, truthfully, at the end of the day, it is what it is. The world is what it is, bro. Like, this shit ain't good. All ain't good, man. Just like they say, the grass is greener on some sides, man. What there will be better days. Shit. Today just is today. It is what the fuck it is. We at the bottom trying to go up, and there ain't no other way to go but up. But when it comes to loyalty and all this shit in the mix, what you gonna do? You gonna live and die by loyalty? Are you willing to die about your loyalty? Are you willing to die about your respect? Are you willing to stand on that? Can you stand for what you believe in a room full of others? Can you stand by yourself against the world and don't give no fuck what the world think or anybody? Truthfully, that's something you gotta sit there and really think about, because it's a lot of people out here who don't believe in this shit, bro. That they are literally, it's a monkey see, monkey do effect that the whole world is living on. Literally, if you live in Atlanta or you in a major city, you know how this shit go, man. Truthfully, everybody has painted a picture, and they all living in some facade. They trying to goddamn. You got niggas over here trying to be rappers. You got motherfuckers over here that want to do podcasts. You see us doing our goddamn podcast. We came from nothing. We literally got this shit out the mud. We done literally in the last few months, we done got all the materials. We done built this studio. We done did everything that we could do, with, like I said, with the cars we had dealt. Like, this ain't no $1 million studio, but we gonna make $1 million out this motherfucker, I bet you. Truthfully, loyalty, it's loyalty will get you killed, bro. If you loyal to the wrong people, you loyal to the wrong thing, your ass is gonna be grass. It's that simple.
What up, Farmer Brown 718? GD folks. Charleston White. This nigga here act like he's for the people, right? So the nigga was trying to do something called Murder Change Me, which was about all these mothers of all these dead rappers, right? He was running around with MO3's manager, Rainwater. They have a falling out because Charleston caught a DUI charge and he want to bail him out because he like, nigga, you out here clout chasing, act like you got all this money lying, right? You don't make no money off your motherfucking YouTube page. You getting 4,000 for these little podcast interviews, but you lying to the people, acting like you got all this money, right? So he don't bail him out. What does Charleston do? He start dissing MO3. Now, mind you, you the same nigga that was talking about snitching on Trap Boy Freddy, talking about you gonna tell where his trap house is at because you an MO3 fan. So now why is you dissing MO3 because you fall out with Rainwater? Then you diss Mama Duck and Lil Snoop's mom. You straight disrespect them, but you said you was for the people. Why are you disrespecting these people's mamas? You just pulled a gun out on the podcast on DJ University, DJU TV in Chicago, and was talking about fuck these women and fuck they dead children and yada, yada, yada. If you ever had it truly in your heart and cared about them, that shit should have never came out your mouth. At the end of the day, Lil Snoop's mama wanted some bread to do a podcast. You talking about, well, nobody cared about her son like that, so she ain't gonna get the same money that these other people was offering. Okay, you didn't have to go online and say fuck her. You dissed Mama Duck when she done exposed all the tweets and texts between you two where you spent about $1,100 from her and then you took $500 back immediately as soon as she got paid. So why is you acting like you really broke her off some money like that? You sent $1,200, bro. You said you was doing it from the bottom of your heart for love. And then first thing you do when you get mad at Rainwater, you get on here talking shit about the woman. That ain't no real nigga shit. Real niggas don't do that. People say, oh, when people get drunk, that's when the truth come out. But this nigga get mad and the truth come out. He did the same thing to Melvin and them Crips, the Rolling 60s out there. You up there dry snitching on live, talking about you sent him a gun in the mail, talking about he could get locked up for life for that shit. So you get mad at him? Like, what was the whole purpose of that? Why is you dry snitching on the internet? He didn't have nothing to do with Nipsey getting killed. You claim, oh, Big U and them did it because they wanted to get the money from the grant, from the police and the Stop the Violence movement, this, that, and the third. And they said Nipsey ain't bigger than the hood when they try to come out there and give Nipsey a street. So that's your whole reason for going at the 60s. You don't have no proof, no evidence to say they had this man killed by this dope fiend ass nigga Shitty Cuz, who was a meth addict, who say his feelings got hurt because he called him a snitch.
Long living it, man.
What made you go at Melvin or whatever and take off on him just because you mad at a whole nother situation? That shows you have no loyalty. End of the day, you don't rat on everybody just because you getting your feelings about some shit. Where's your loyalty at? Which he's a whole nother character, a whole nother, video. There's so much shit we could say about him, but my whole thing is you disrespecting the dead, but then you talking about rappers that are disrespecting the dead. Like, what's the difference in you and them?
And the crazy thing about it is Charleston White, all he's doing, he's using the same method your boy 6ix9ine used to blow up. Charleston White, literally, he's a new. This man is the topic every week, no matter what. Either if it's good publicity or bad publicity, he gonna make sure he's known and he's trending. And the reason he's doing that is by speaking on these bullshit ass topics. This man don't know half of these motherfuckers from a can of paint. He don't know nobody. He don't know them personally. He ain't grow up with these motherfuckers in the hood. He don't know them. He don't know their mamas, their daddies, their cousin, their brother. This man literally is giving y'all. All he's doing is putting in his own little 2 cents, and he waking the world up every motherfucking time, bro. So he pressing y'all buttons, boom, 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 and then look, it's what they call that shit a domino effect. It's a domino effect, literally. Once he say one thing, literally the whole world follow right behind and look, they at his neck. But truthfully, that man is the police. He done told y'all already. He done let y'all know he don't give a fuck, and he willing to kill whoever he got to, which is crazy because I don't know where this man stand in life or what he believe in, truthfully, but it's like what we were saying in the beginning of this podcast, y'all. When it comes to loyalty, that man is loyal to himself. He is loyal to his own cause. So therefore, he don't give a fuck about what's going on or how any one of us feel. But he gonna say it and he gonna stand on that shit and he gonna stand on business. But at the end of the day, he the police. So tread lightly when it comes to Charleston White, y'all. Like, man, what? 21, can you do something for me? That's Charleston White right now, y'all. That man out here and
somebody said discuss BGD. I mean, we'll get to that in a second. Now another topic with loyalty, Kid Cudi, right? Kid Cudi and Pete and Kanye. So Pete was literally at the dinner table with Kanye and his family. Months later, he's fucking this man's wife. Now, where Cudi comes in at, Pete was suicidal as a kid. And he said Kid Cudi's music helped him get through. They was all cool at one point. But once Kanye had a beef with this man, you should have stand next to Kanye. You were signed to Kanye years ago. When Kanye did his rant on the Life of Pablo tour, he said, Kid Cudi is the prodigal son. Y'all be on the lookout for him. Then they did a whole motherfucking album called Kids See Ghosts. When nobody was fucking with Cudi, Kanye stepped up. I don't know what he believed in him. I just started trying to listen to the man's music. It's all right. But where's the loyalty at, man? You don't know this white boy like that. And you was with Kanye way before that. Yeah, you helped motivate the white boy with your music and whatnot. But this man is literally fucking Kanye's chick who Kanye wanted to get back with. He didn't want to go through the divorce. He was really hurt about that shit. So you being his man, a black man, you should have been loyal standing next to him. But what did you do? You was like, fuck Kanye. Then you was talking about you don't want to do music with him ever again and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Now you go down to the Rolling Loud concert and people throwing shit at you while you on stage. So you think if Kanye would have went there, they would have threw something at him? Hell no. Yeah. Motherfuckers love Kanye. I'm going to do a whole video on them and I'm going to compare their album sales and all of that because he was calling Kanye a dinosaur and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? But end of the day, we're on Kanye's level. And Kanye tried to bring you up, and what did you do? You kicked him while he was down. So where's the motherfucking loyalty at? So far, for the people that's just now tapping in, we didn't discuss Bootsy and his family stealing from him, from his brother, stealing $250,000 from him and backdooring him for Young Blues music, to his little cousin going in the house stealing $5,000, to another cousin who told somebody he could get a Bootsy feature for $10,000 and running off with the money. So his own family then did him dirty 3 times, right? We've discussed Kid Cudi and Kanye over Pete. We discussed Asian Doll cheating on Vaughn with 3 people. And since Vaughn has died, She done had 3 public relationships within 1 year, but you claim you so loyal to Von with 6 Von tattoos. Where's the motherfucking loyalty?
Where's the loyalty?
We done discussed Saweetie putting
Baby.
out her little response to Quavo and her fucking one of the bros, little baby. You know, what Chris Brown said, these hoes ain't loyal. We discussed 50 Cent when he was beefing with everybody, how Young Buck felt fucked up because now he got a beef with all these people 50 Cent was beefing with. End of the day, the only person who's still in G Unit, who's still with him, is Tony Yayo, who was his day one, the real only day one that he had. Lloyd Banks lived around the corner, but Tony Yayo was the one that made Lloyd Banks pull up. Lloyd Banks tried to go back to G Unit, it didn't work, and he left again. But the only one still lasting is Tony Yayo. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, your man's beef is your beef. We don't do that playing both sides. And that's what's going on with NBA, Youngboy, and motherfucking No Cap. No Cap is cool with following Lil Durk, and he was hanging in the studio with some of Moneybagg Yo's people. So NBA Youngboy like, nigga, you ain't loyal. That's why we don't have records together. I see all the fuck shit that you do. I see all the fake shit that you do. So once again, we talk about this loyal shit. Now, let's talk about Takeoff, right? Takeoff gets killed because he's standing in the middle of Migo Bands and Lil Cam. And Migo Bands is looking at him like, hey, it looks like this man's trying to snatch his chain or shoot him. So he opens fire. Then he starts running and shooting and not looking, and 3 people get hit. Takeoff gets hit 3 times, twice in the head, once in the chest. Some girl got hit in the head, and then one of Quavo's assistants get hit, right? So 3 people got hit. Where the direction came from is the major factor to know, did Little Cam open fire and shoot Takeoff first, and then Migo Bands open fire? How did it go down? The ballistics need to show us who shot first. People are saying, oh, well, they don't think Migo Bands is going to go to jail for life because it's involuntary manslaughter. But we don't know who took the first shot. Now, when you go and see the video slow down, there was a scuffle and a shot went off. Takeoff was still standing. Then the other shots went off. So who let off that first shot? Because there's 2 videos that are going around right now. Everybody thinking it's just one video. No, it's 2 videos. So you got AK-47 talking about he thinks everything is fake because of where Migo Bands was positioned when the shots went off. No, nigga, it's 2 different videos going around, and it was 2 different incidents. There was a shot that went off, and Takeoff was still standing. Then you see some more shots go off. You know what I mean? So we don't know, did motherfucking Quavo get swung on and then somebody shot, or what happened? Some people are saying they think Lil Cam shot Takeoff at close distance, so it was muffled, and that he was still standing. Maybe he, got shot in the stomach, but no, he didn't get shot in the stomach. The coroner says he was shot in the chest and it went through the arm or whatever. So we need to know, was he shot from behind or shot from the front? If he was shot from the front, it came from Migo Bands or whatever. But end of the day, Quavo's still showing loyalty to the man that killed his nephew, because it's been a whole month and ain't no arrest been made. Nobody's answering no questions. Nobody wants to meet with the police. Everybody's following that no snitching law, even though they all ran to the internet and put the business out there anyway. So once TMZ got them videos that was sold to them, it was a wrap. They know who the motherfucking killers is. That's why they say person of interest, to get more people to motherfucking snitch. Once they get more people to snitch, the truth will come out. But it shouldn't have took this long. It's been a whole month, So what's y'all take on that whole shit?
And like we said, at the end of the day, the whole topic is loyalty. So you being my homie, you my dog, we out there shooting dice. We $1 million niggas. Ain't no fucking reason for us to be out here debating with some niggas still in the street, bro, because it's a $7,000 dice game, and you done beat me out my pot and you done beat me out the money, man. What was the point in all that, Quavo? Like, don't get me wrong, like, we on the north side with this shit, man. I done grew up out here. I done grew up and seen the Migos in high school for real, before they blew up, before the Migos was known for who they are today. These they was out here back in the day fighting every other day. It was some big shit back in the day called it was called Black Migo Gang, and there was another high school who they used to go to war with all the time, and they was some YAC shit, Young Ambitious Cartel, and we gonna make it real easy for y'all, bro. These niggas had a bunch of little gangs out here, their own little shit that they made up, and they literally used to get busy, bro. Migos blew up. They fucked around and separated themselves from the hood and everybody that they grew up with. You know, they had a few people who stayed with them, you know, who stayed down. You know, they brought a couple of their young niggas along. But to this day, not one person, anybody from the north side, anybody in Atlanta that was part of the Migos have made it to the Migos level in this music shit. They have not, they haven't lent a hand yet for real. Okay, maybe, Takeoff had his little brother Lingo, he was rapping at a time. But when it come down to this shit, man, loyalty is a must. And if you blow up, everybody say, well, what is your goal? You gonna pass the ladder back down to the hood, and we gonna bring the whole hood with us. They didn't do that. The Migos, they did it to I want to, if I could put it this way, they helped, they shed light a little bit. They did help where they could, but not in the major way that they could have. They came out here back home. They held a what was it? What was the big football game they did at Berkmar High School on the north, something on the north, something like that. But long story short, man, you supposed to be loyal to me. We out there at a dice game. I get killed fucking with you. I'm the major artist at the end of the day. Come on, man. Like he's the money maker. Takeoff should not have even been in that line of fire. Takeoff should have never been nowhere near any of that bullshit. But you gotta think about it. They street niggas at heart. They ain't been in the streets though. So that probably gave them a rise. That probably made them feel like, oh damn, we living in the moment. We back in the hood. We kicking shit. They were surrounded by a bunch of thugs with money, bro. Come on. When it came down to the loyalty card, Takeoff get killed by one of his own people. Where the fuck does that make y'all stand? Like, what do you believe in? Like, they still haven't found a shooter, like he said. So now, that was somebody's son. So somebody mama, somebody daddy sitting at home, and now they sitting here trying to unfold all this shit and trying to figure it all out. But when it come down to it, bro, come on. There's gonna be times where people gonna start saying, did they kill Takeoff on purpose? Was it on accident? Did this man always never like Takeoff? Did he feel some type of way towards Takeoff? Was it accidental, truthfully, or was the shit on purpose? You'll never know. Now, and this shit is fucked up, bro, because you can't know, truthfully, because these niggas fucked around and got to shoot in both directions. They literally, man, he got caught in a line of fire, bro. And it's sad to say Takeoff was the one who lost his life. But, they still loyal to whatever the fuck they believe in. And I don't know how you feel about that, bro, for real. Because, man, being loyal, man, and you supposed to be with me, I die with you, fuck around at some shit.
Man.
Come on, man, that shit fucked up.
His nephew at the end of the day. And my whole thing about it is the nigga Migo Bands on his page, he talking about he's the co-CEO on Birkins, they little weed strand, and supposedly you the A&R of Huncho Records. So if you trying to be a businessman, you can't be security at the same time. You can't be shooter at the same time. No, he's the shooter. Migo Bands is supposed to be the nigga who was shooting. He's the nigga who had the little man bag and had the gun out the whole time.
So who was the one who got shot by on Quavo's side? Because Quavo,
there was another assistant.
That's what I'm talking about. The assistant. That was supposed to be one of the A&Rs as well, that they said.
Yeah, but
so
Migo Bands is supposedly a alleged shooter per DJ Academics page and everybody else that's posting him. I don't know the name of the assistant who got shot, but it was definitely an assistant. So 3 people got hit. Takeoff, the assistant, and a girl. A girl got hit in the head. So it's just sad, but at the end of the day, bro was trigger happy, man. When you go on his page, he talking about shooter this and hitter this and military train. Well, you ain't military trained when you shooting and running and not looking at your target. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking at your motherfucking target, man. So, End of the
Multiple
day,
innocent bystanders were hit.
yeah, man, it's just sad. Now, somebody asked about the BGDN split. That's talking about loyalty again, too. You know, if you look at it, GDs, we always showing love to BDs. When King David Day comes, we be like, oh, King David this, but you don't see no BDs talking about Larry Hoover Day. You don't see them talking about 7-4 Day. At the end of the day, you had IGD, BGD, MGD. You had all these different groups. But once we converted to 720, there's no more of that. It's just GND, growth and development. You know what I'm saying? When that shit split, when David died or whatever the case may be, we didn't come from the BDs. That's what people need to understand. GDs came from Supreme Gangster. BDs came from Devil Disciple. Okay. Now, Larry Hoover got shot in high school from a Devil Disciple. The man who shot him just got out of jail a couple years ago. But we were just allies with them. We were never part of them. We come from Supreme Gangster. At the end of the day, Hoover is from Mississippi, just like Jeff Fort from the Stones was from Mississippi. Nobody want to show love to the South, but in reality, one of the biggest names in this shit, Hoover, is from the South. You know what I mean? President Clinton said that the GDs was the most organized gang that he's ever seen. Back in the days, people had political power. The Stones had political power. We had political power. People was going to the White House having meetings and shit like that. They was getting government grants and getting money, you know. But what's going on in Chicago right now makes no motherfucking sense. You got all this renegade shit. Now, it's documented that David snitched on the Stones. When they got that $1 million grant, he said, man, them niggas is gangsters. Follow me, and I bet you they make an attempt on my life. He had the police following behind him, and they made an attempt on his life. And when they seen that, they still ain't do shit. The only time they went after the Stones was when Gaddafi gave $2 million to them. And they was like, oh, y'all dealing with a motherfucking Islamic group from Africa, and y'all are getting dangerous now. So that's when they went after them. But David definitely told on the Stones, and they turned around and killed them. It's documented that Jeff Fort put out the hit, and they killed them. So how do you have BD rappers running around with Stones? You got a Stone that's running with OTF. All these niggas is cool with Lil Herb, aka G Herbo, and them niggas is Stone. So it doesn't make any fucking sense. Where is the loyalty at? These niggas would rather beef with GDs, which we're all under the six, than beef with their real motherfucking ops. Like, make it make sense. You had Latin Kings running with Chief Keef, talking about Glow Gang. How did you have Latin Kings running with you, but then you beefing with GDs? Meanwhile, Blood Money was a GD. Tato used to be a GD. You got plenty of niggas running around you that's GD or was GD. So it doesn't make any motherfucking sense. Where is the loyalty at? Down south, we ain't never had beef with BDs. And like Tato said in an interview, it's way more GDs up there in Chicago than BDs. Like, they really outnumbered. But because the music industry got more BDs signed and they be blackballing the GDs, you got niggas dick riding them more, and that's what shows you it's a lot of blackballing going around. At the end of the day, Rap A Lot shows a lot of love to the GDs. They had GODN over there, then they had Trust the Process over there. And before Duck died, he was finna sign to Trust the Process. King Yella signed to Trust the Process. That's Rap A Lot. You even had FBG Cash hanging around them. He signed to a whole nother label before he died. But if he didn't sign to that label, he probably would have been down with Trust the Process. I got homies that's down with that shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But that's who showed the GDs love, man. Motherfucking Jay Prince, that goes all the way back to 1992 in the Ghetto Boys album, and he had Larry Hoover on there talking, But it's sad, man. Ain't no loyalty. It's a lot of backdoor going around. That's why I just did a video that did 13,000 views talking about the BDs and the GDs. People don't understand that all that shit is renegade. Y'all thinking it's just GDs versus BDs. No, it's GDs and BDs versus other GDs and BDs. They all clicked up. It's all about different clicks. And you got the same shit going on in New York with the Chos and the Woos. You know, the woos, y'all got the 5'9" brims, and you got the niggas that's claiming, GS9, the Gangsta Stones from the 90s, and you got niggas, that's just running around with 8 Deuce Trey Crip, and they pretty much run with the woos. But then you got niggas that's 8 Deuce Trey Crip that's running with the Chos also. So it's just click beefs. And you got 6 Trey GDs going at it with 7-4 GDs. We 7-4, growth and development. But you got niggas that's 6 Trey up there. And you got a lot of click banging. You got the Shiggies, you got the Flocks.
You got corner hustlers?
No, we talking about New York right now.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But basically you got niggas, well, it was the Shiggies, it's the motherfucking Flocks, and you got the Twirlers. Those are all clicks. But a lot of them niggas ain't even GD. Some of them niggas is just under GD niggas, And this is what Nick Blicky's cousin told me, because he's part of my crew. You know what I'm saying? I talk to Nick Blicky's mom all the time. That's family. But it's a lot of click banging. And we don't do that shit. Either you GD or you ain't. All that click shit and clicking up with this and clicking up with that. We ain't doing that. But one of my closest homies is Vice Lord, and that's my OG's nephew. And he know all the GDs from my set, but that's family. Then I got another homie I grew up with. He 4-corner hustler, but all his family is GD, So at the end of the day, that's how I knew him. But other than that, I don't fuck with niggas from the outside. Everybody around me GD, Now, when it comes to Chicago, I got a lot of homies that is Crip and Blood or whatever, but I ain't with that beefing with niggas and all that dumb shit. So yeah, we all crew, we all one click. But when it comes to sliding on niggas, I'm not gonna call no Blood or no Crip to come slide with me. You know what I mean? I'm not shaking hands, doing handshakes with these niggas. That's what's really weird. Niggas be making handshakes up and shit. Nah, nigga, I'm only shaking it up with another GD, But as far as that BGD shit, that shit been dead. You got niggas in jail still repping that shit in Florida. My homeboy in the feds told me. I'm like, what? You got niggas claiming IGD in there too. And I'm like, what? No, we don't do none of that. So niggas ask me about these Chicago niggas and how I feel about them. Like, them niggas is IGD. End of the day, niggas is throwing down the rakes, And my next video I'm finna do on the BDs and GDs, my part 2, I'm going to show y'all this shit. I didn't get to put it all on one video because it was too long. It would have been an hour long. So my part 2 will be out this week. But I'm showing y'all, like, a nigga dropped the rakes, you ain't my folks, And like Larry Hoover said, anybody that didn't convert over, they're enemy of the people anyway. So, like, all that little J shit and all of that, like, I ain't a fan of that shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you make all right music, but I never been a Lil J fan like that because I always knew he was weird. Come to find out, he used to be a BD, but the nigga got 5-point star tattoos on him, so I couldn't rock with it. I thought the nigga was a stone or some shit, but they say he used to be a BD. But like this nigga, Dexter, he get in front of Fabio and he like, yeah, New York is the baby Chicago, and he throws down the rakes. How you a GD throwing down the rakes, singing this nigga's song, talking about, oh, if you ain't GDK, what the fuck you doing with me? Now I go trying to find that video to put it in my video to show it to y'all, and find out this nigga did a whole song with Fabio. So not only did you dick ride when you met him, you did a song with this nigga. Then you go back to Chicago after Von dies, and you on some GD shit. Talking about, yeah, this is my pops. He original gangster and GD this and to the world blow this. How are you talking about all this GD shit, but when you just got in front of the ops, you was dick riding? So these niggas is funny, dog. Just like this nigga YBN Namir. Now you claiming Crip. You couldn't take the pressure because everybody dissing GDs. Now you want to be a Crip. First you was faking like you were GD, and you admitted that you was faking like you used to be from Chicago and shit. Now you get 6 million records sold, and now you want to switch to Crip because you scared. Niggas is scared. They don't want to be G no more, So at the end of the day, man, I ain't with all that GD this, GD that. If you ain't from my set, it is what it is. I don't care if you're from Chicago, nigga. My family from 79th. You know what I'm saying? Our OG is from 93rd. He come from Boss Pimp. You know what I'm saying? But end of the day, like half my set is from Chicago. Niggas be like, oh, y'all some down south GDs. Nigga, we done went to Chicago, met with board members, all that shit, bro. KK got to meet everybody and they loved them. You know what I'm saying? My family's from up there. I done been up there with my family. So it's like, I don't see that shit. Niggas be scared of niggas because they from Chicago and all that bullshit. We not on that dick riding. I don't give a fuck where you from, nigga. You look up our indictment, it was 12 bodies, 12 attempts. Niggas die every day, B. Like they said, in motherfucking paid in full, nigga. So all that, like 21 told Young Chop, nigga, we don't give a fuck where you from, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But half these niggas, like Duck was fucking with me on Twitter way before he started rapping, bro. When we got at Rick Ross, he wanted to be down with that shit. So when I see him blow up with the rap shit, I'm like, oh, that shit cool, that shit cool. But I never really cared for his music like that because all that screaming and shit. I think Dead Bitches sound good, and I think Slides sound good. But I never got to really listen to his music like that till he died, and I went back trying to look for shit. I got to listen to more of his shit. Now, FBG Cash, he was riding. Before he died, I liked the little shit he was putting out. I didn't like the dissing, though. So right now, I'm at a point in my life, I don't very much listen to rap too tough because it's too negative. But that 440 hertz, that energy wave that they putting out, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking with us. They putting shit in the music to make us go slide. I'm not a fan of drill music at all. So at the end of the day, I listen to a lot of Griselda because they got bars. I download everybody's shit. Now, do I listen to it? No, I still ain't got to listen to the whole CLB Drake album. I ain't even listened to the whole Donda yet. I ain't had time. The only time I'm listening to shit is in the car. But I just downloaded everybody's shit that dropped. I'll go back, critique it, listen to it one time. Nas, one of my favorite rappers. I still ain't listened to his last 3 albums. I downloaded them, but I only skimmed through that shit. I ain't had time to really listen to it like that. But as far as Chicago goes, I like 70% of Von's shit. Dirk was my favorite. Bo Dill was my favorite. But I'm more of a Freddie Gibbs fan. And he's from East Chicago, which is Gary, Indiana. I like his bars. He got lyrics, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like Chicago drill music, I don't be trying to listen to that shit. I think Driller got a few songs I like. I never was a fan of Herbo. I try to listen to his shit. That offbeat rapping shit, I can't deal with it. That's why I don't really listen to Blueface. But I'm gonna go ahead and listen to his new shit, see how it sound. I didn't even hear the PTSD album, but he's an op, so I ain't really care to listen to his shit. But he could rap, But far as like who I fuck with from Chicago, I listen to Dirk, like I said, Von. I think FBG Cash has some shit that was all right. I think Herbo got some shit. I think Driller got some shit. I don't really fuck with the mainstream niggas like that, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think who else I fuck with from up there, bro. Other than Bo Dill and G Count from LEP Bogus Boy, you know what I'm saying? I listen to the OG niggas, dog. I like Bump J, Bumpy Johnson. I like some of his old shit. But there was never a lot of GD rappers, you know what I'm saying? You got to think, the niggas that came out with Pope Pimp, Do or Die, them niggas Vice Lords. Crucial Conflict, them niggas was Vice Lords. You had this nigga, he changed his name, Cap One, he was GD. He changed up his style and shit. But he alright. Trying to think who was a GD rapper back in the day. It wasn't many. So we listened to 3-6 Mafia. They was GDs, I fuck with Duke Deuce. A lot of 3-6 Project Pat. But as far as Chicago GDs, it ain't too many. But I do actually like 600 Breezy. I like gangster music, bro. And he be talking that shit. I actually like his shit. The boy Tay Capone, he got some shit. But they BDs, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't care what set you from. You make good music, you make good music. I can't think of too many GDs that I listen to. I think 6300 Jinx Self makes good music, but he's a stone. So there ain't too many GD niggas out there, dog. You know what I'm saying? FBG Butter tried to do a couple of videos, but I ain't really. He needs somebody to really write his shit,
So
bro. He ain't a real rapper.
when
like
it came to all the GD rappers for real, there was that back when Chief Keef was popping, that's when a lot of young GD rappers were surfacing, and that's really like if you familiar with the FBG shit, and you know what I'm saying, and we talking about Lil J and them. So basically, Lil J and all his artists like Billionaire Black, they was their own little set. They was beefing with Chief Keef. So you had Lil J, Billionaire Black. You had Lil JoJo that started all the beef. That everybody rap about him.
I fucked with JoJo.
Them was like basically they was the younger crowd of GDs.
Little Mouse, he GD. I used to fuck with his shit. But out of them niggas from 300, I really liked Lil Reese. To me, because Chief Keef was on lean and all them pills. You couldn't understand
he was a
him.
savage.
I liked Lil Reese when they first came out. I had a mixtape I made where I put certain songs on it, and I had more Lil Reese than anything. I like Little Reese, I like Duck, and I like Little Mouse.
I fucked with Fredo. I ain't gonna cap Fredo.
I never really listened to him.
I fucked with Santana Fredo. Yeah, that nigga had some crazy shit. If you was in the track, going all that drink, out the lean, you know what's up. Fredo had some good shit.
Yeah. Let's see. It say it's against politics discussing. Let me see. Worst thing that happened in Chicago was taking Uber away. Yeah, true. Let's see. No, I never heard of Prince Lucky. Let me see. Yeah, I'll drop some comments below, man. Let us know. But yeah, all the people that just tapped in, we talking about loyalty. Like I said, we already discussed Saweetie and her being a thotty, and dropping this little song at the wrong time. We discussed Bootsy getting his shit stole from his family multiple times. His brother stole $250,000 with the Young Blue contract. His little cousin just stole $5,000 out the house. Another cousin lied and said he could get a Bootsy feature for $10,000, and he ran off on the people. We discussed Takeoff getting shot because he was standing in between Little Cam and Migos band, and who let off the shots first. And is Quavo loyal for not speaking up, knowing that this man then killed your nephew? Let's see. We discussed Charleston White. He's running around here dissing Mama Duck and dissing Lil Snoop's mom after he fell out with MO3's manager. And you had already went at Trap Boy Freddy because you was an MO3 fan, but as soon as you fall out with Rainwater, MO3's manager, you said fuck MO3 and you clowning him and his death. And then you want to diss all these mothers who have dead children because you fell out with Rainwater and he's doing a documentary, I guess, with Netflix without you. So you mad and you going off on the moms who had nothing to do with that shit. You talking about pay you your money when you only gave up $1,100 and you took $500 back from Mama Duck. You helped her get on a podcast for $4,000. You took the $500 for her car note right back from her. But why is you dissing them? That means you never gave a fuck about them from the get-go and you was using them for clout to make money off of them. You a fake ass activist. We ain't seen no proof of none of your works on the internet. You just talking about that shit. So you ain't loyal to go at these women just because you mad at Rainwater, MO3's manager. We also motherfucking discussed Kid Cudi and Kanye and how Pete Davidson said that Kid Cudi's music helped him get through his motherfucking depression. So soon as motherfucking you go out to eat with Kanye and you sitting in his house with him and his family, soon as he break off, you go cheating with his wife. But Kid Cudi stayed cool with Pete. Now, mind you, Kanye had you signed to him. When Kanye did his rant on the Life of Pablo tour, he was like, Kid Cudi is the prodigal son. Then they did a whole album together called Kids See Ghosts. So Kanye been your biggest fan, but now you're on the internet talking about Kanye's a dinosaur and you made his album lit and you ain't doing music with him no more. When in reality, you're not more lit than Kanye. So where's the motherfucking loyalty at? That's the topic of discussion. We talking about Memo 600, how this nigga was sneak dissing Dirk all online, talking crazy. Then he runs down to the Gucci Man video with Dirk and he tattoos OTF on him. Then when motherfucking the baby does an album with NBA Youngboy, They said don't beef with the baby, and you get online talking about, oh, we thought NBA could save his career. So what did they do? They told you to pull up to catch a one-on-one because you disrespecting OTF. So he hides in the closet, and his man get his Steve Drive chain took. Then another incident, somebody from FBG got a Steve Drive chain. And then about a year ago, his OTF chain got took. He tried to say that he was in the shower and someone took it out of his bag, but Dirk said that's cap. So end of the day, this nigga Mimo keep taking L's. He goes and talks shit on the internet, talking about ain't nobody took his chain. He's wearing the ski mask and gloves, acting like he bout it like that. When we all know he be capping all day on the internet. He does not want no smoke with motherfucking OTF or THF. So that's some disloyal ass shit. We speaking on that. You try to say that the song Property of No One was not about Dirk, but we know it was. Then we talked about Asian Doll, how she cheated on Vaughn with a nigga named Raw Youngin, with Quavo and Lil Meech. Then as soon as Vaughn died, she goes and fucks with Jack Boy, with K Flock, and now some new nigga. And it's been less than a year. You got 6 Vaughn tattoos, and you claim you so in love with him, you waiting to die to meet him again. But you bragged about cheating on him to your homegirl Jada Kingdom. And then since he's died, you keep running around with different men. And it said that she slept with 11 people in the industry. So she's a super thought. So y'all tell me what y'all think about her, and her misrepresenting Vaughn out here. Let's see what it say.
You know about Mo3 and how he died, right?
Yeah. Mo3 died over a jealous baby daddy. And basically, he was in this neighborhood
that comes back to loyalty,
a bad neighborhood. They try to say the host set him up, but that ain't the case. His car was over there. Niggas knew his car.
They say Yella Beezy. They say Yella Beezy cousin is the baby daddy you speaking of, right? So they trying to say, they said Yella Beezy cousin or some of that sort. Either way, the shit had to do with Yella Beezy and Mo3. They were beefing. Everybody knew about this shit. Yella Beezy is a known Crip. Mo3 was a known blood. Don't get me wrong. Both of them, they was on the same level in the music. So put it this way, they both was the $1 million niggas in their hood, bro. So yeah, they was the big dogs. Put it that way. Yella Beezy had a bunch of young niggas willing to slide about him. His own little cousin was the one who actually went out there and killed Mo3 on that highway. And that shit was all over a female, y'all. It was all over a female. This man literally was loyal. He was so loyal to Beezy and whoever else's woman that was, that they felt the need to go out there and, take Mo3 out. While Mo3 was supposedly visiting that female, that said female. That's what was crazy about it. He was at somebody's house, they trailed him from that house to the highway, caught him lacking on the highway. Bro ended up hopping out the car. Was it a car or was it a bike? Either way, he hopped out of something. The nigga hopped out of a moving vehicle, man, with an AR on the highway, just got to dumping at him.
It was a car.
Come on, man. Mo3, they say Mo3 tried to get to his gun, and within them 2 seconds, Mo3 had hopped out the car to run around. He went to run around the whip, went to grab the fire, got hit in the back of the head or something like that.
And they saying that rainwater took the gun out the car, but the manager said he don't allow guns around him. So they thinking he might have lined them up, but I don't believe that shit. We also discussed NBA Youngboy and No Cap. Now, NBA Youngboy has beef with Moneybagg Yo. Well, No Cap was in the studio with Moneybagg Yo's people. He also follows Dirk. He did a song where people thought he was dissing Dirk, and he explained himself, no, I'm not dissing Dirk. So NBA Youngboy like, nigga, why you explaining yourself? Fuck them, they ops. Now, NBA Youngboy gave a white boy chain. He said there's blood that come behind this chain. It's all about loyalty with him. He didn't do a song with Lil Baby because Lil Baby and No Cap got beef. He didn't do a song with Lil Uzi because Rich the Kid and Uzi got beef. Now you got a picture with Rich the Kid out to eat with Lil Durk. So there's no love in this music industry. Y'all got to stop thinking on street politics and mixing it. It's a business. It's all about the money. These people ain't loyal. Soon as you start flopping and you go cold, they don't give a fuck about you. They're not going to do a song with you.
Motherfuckers don't know you.
Labels would tell them not to do songs with you because you're not popping at the moment. And that's how it is. Soulja Boy got mad, said Chief Keef and Dirk and the Migos, and nobody did songs with him because he's not popping. And then as soon as he did that little motherfucking Rick and Morty, and that shit took off, and then he did that little song that he performed 30 million times during his verses, Make It Clap, he started popping again. So then you got Kanye putting him back on the album after he took his shit off. I guess he put him on Donda 2 or whatever. So you gotta understand, motherfuckers ain't fucking with you. You only good as your last hit. That's what they always say,
These
man.
labels only getting rich off the culture, y'all. That's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. These folks out here getting rich off our culture, y'all. They don't know, they don't understand the life we live. They don't understand the shit we really go through on a day-to-day basis. Especially if you out here goddamn living, check to check. If you live in check to check and you just stay in afloat, you part of this culture. You part of what the fuck we got going on. It's a bunch of second-class citizens trying to make it to where what we get escape poverty. We trying to escape poverty and get to that next level, y'all. And all these folks are doing is literally they getting rich off the culture, bro. Soon as they feel like look, we got us one. Boom. He fucked up. Boom. Let's go ahead and let's bring him to the world, introduce him to the world, and we're gonna go ahead and get rich off him. Just like Meek just said the other day. Meek Mill made over
24 million
off one song, correct? That he spent what they said they spent 20,000 on
20,000.
They spent 20,000 on the song, and Meek said within the last 10, 20 years he ain't received.
You don't get no royalty checks. A lot of labels, when you sign up, you're only getting your show money. You getting advance and you're getting your show money, and you got to pay taxes on that. So motherfucking labels is making all the money off your ass. You definitely ain't getting paid off streams. They really don't pay niggas shit. So it's best to stay independent, which you need at least $250,000 for your single to pop. So if you ain't got $1 million, like Boston Richie just said he done spent $1 million and he ain't even popped yet. The same thing happened with Rollo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have money for this shit. To get one single in rotation, you really need about $250,000. That's why when Yo Gotti had signed the Cash Money, they gave him $1 million. He kept 250,000 or whatever set aside. ESTG, when he signed to Yo Gotti, I believe he did the same thing. Like, to get your shit popping, you need at least $250,000, man.
And you gotta pay for airplay.
Fuck the radio. It's all about direct consumer to the motherfucker that's selling it. So you get you a TuneCore account, or you do the motherfucking CD Baby or DistroKid.
TuneCore, DistroKid.
And just sell that shit directly to people and spend all your money on advertising.
It's like you trapping, you just rap trapping. That's all we do. We rap trapping. We selling the music, but we selling what? Like he said, it's going from straight consumer to the buyer. That's all it is.
Motherfuckers ain't trying to motherfucking pop. Like, if you're not popping, they're not trying to sign you. Yo Gotti said that. Gucci said that. And motherfucking T.I. But you see Gucci giving niggas deals. He giving them a chain, giving them 50,000 or whatever. Somebody was just complaining about that little money, but fuck the money. It's about the cosign. You use that to run up a bag. Motherfucking, it was 20, 30 people signed to Stacks on Deck Money Gang, SODMG, that shit with
Soulja Boy.
Yeah, right. All these people. The only one that really blew up was a white boy. Jody, he called himself Jody, motherfucking Riff Raff. The reason he blew up because he was on MTV already, so he already had fans. He already had a core fan base.
Jody High Roller.
Yeah. So everybody else who was signed to them thought that they would blow up. There's only one cat. He said that he made 100,000 off his mixtape because you're supposed to use that name and push that shit to the limit and blow up off these niggas, bro. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers be complaining, saying, oh, he only trying to give a nigga 20,000. People was hating on Moneybagg Yo, saying he only got 200,000 as an advance. Shit, people ain't even getting 200,000. Motherfucking Bootsy tried to sign Kodak for 10,000. He said, fuck that. Turned around and ended up with a $6 million deal. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you gotta know your worth, know your value. It's a lot of people. Like, it's a nigga that's beefing with Meek now. Meek offered him 10,000. That wasn't enough. Then Meek offered him 20,000. That wasn't enough. Then he started beefing with Meek, talking about he's banned from the hood. You ain't heard from this nigga since. You should have just signed to Meek. But Meek said he didn't even really make no money off his label deal. The nigga Vori, he just did a song with Kanye. He's blowing up. His album dropped. And they didn't have a lot of promotion behind it. But niggas ain't even making money off their label deals. The same thing ASAP Rocky said. He had a label deal for his people. And the only one that really did good was ASAP Ferg, and he signed to a real label. But far as the actual ASAP label, niggas ain't making no money. So when y'all see niggas talking about these label deals, bro, niggas ain't making no money like that. That's why Lil Baby went and did a joint venture with Yo Gotti. And that's how they signed 42 Dub. He had to go to somebody with a bigger name, and motherfucking right now, CMG holds the crown far as artists that's popping, which the girl, Glorilla, she ain't been making no money off the single because she's having problems with the motherfucking Hit Kid or whatever his name is. And he was like, you shouldn't have signed over your rights to them people. But she just put out an EP and the song is on there, she might have won the battle. But
headline that tour, she just sold out in one night.
Yeah, end of the day, she sold like 30-something thousand in her first week, which is good for it to be just an EP. But she got like 500,000 from her deal or whatever. But on the back end, how much is she gonna make? People ain't making money off these album deals. It's all about your show money. So you gotta stay with hits because there ain't no loyalty in this shit. It's best not to sign to another rapper. You know what I mean? Look at all the people having problem with Kodak. It was Jack Boy, and then it was Wiz who died, and then what's the other boy?
Say it again.
What's the other dude that was signed to Kodak?
It just died. It died. Wham Bam.
Well, Wham Bam. He was complaining about his 30,000 deal. At the end of the day, man, you ain't gonna see more than that.
And he ended up dead. That man ended up in the front of his neighborhood with his head chopped off.
Well, Wiz, he had killed a bunch of people, and that was revenge. That had nothing to do with Kodak, though.
Yeah, we ain't gonna say it had anything to do with Kodak, but at the end of the day, they still, you're supposed to be marketable. They supposed to be able to make money off of you, and your life normally, your past, it do follow you. Sometimes it'll come and turn and haunt your ass, and like he said, it might not have shit to do with Kodak, but Kodak lost a lot of money fucking with him. So if you want to be real with yourself, it's a lot of artists out here, they get that opportunity and then they cheat themselves out the game because they get put on this high horse and you feel like, you got to be spoiled and, what you say must go. But in our reality, we don't know shit about the game. We don't know shit about what this shit got to offer for real. And these folks throw a chain in your face, a couple dollars, they might put you in a fast car and you happy. Being a kid from nothing, from the ghetto, it's a lot of us that's quick to, jump the gun and, let me sign this paper. I'll be okay. I'll figure it out. But like he said, you're going to lose it all. You're going to lose everything you didn't know about once you finally get there. And you're going to be fucked. Fuck yourself because now you lose all your rights. You lose all what? Everything else that got to come with this shit. Your royalties, masters. Like, bro, it's
crazy, yo.
And Gucci, man, if you in Atlanta, you know how this shit is, bro. Gucci is one of the biggest influencers in Atlanta, bro. It's every little young nigga out here screaming they want to be 1017, bro. For real, that's how this shit come, bro. And to really be a part of 1017 and see like these past few artists, this last few weeks, Gucci done offer probably like what? He done got into it with two of his artists already. He just signed three people. Signed three people, got into it with two of them, two artists separately that weren't those three people. He done what? The one nigga that he fucked around and tried to sign, and then he dropped them the same night because of the Quavo beef. Quavo and all them, that shit happened, take off, get killed.
He so like, don't book me.
Don't book me for no shows. Don't book me for no shows in Texas. He said he wasn't coming. So Gucci took it like this, like, oh, you gonna make me lose money. So fuck it, dropped him same night, boom. I don't know what he did, if he gave him a chain, if he gave him the money, if they reimbursed anything, but we do know Gucci let the world know this man is not 1017 at all anymore. Also, yesterday Gucci tried to sign another artist about the day before yesterday for 50,000, and like he said, that shit ain't enough for some niggas. Some niggas got that shit put up. They already got 50,000. They got 100,000 put up. It's a lot of young street niggas out here right now, scammers, trappers, all that shit. And bro, for real, you get it how you live and stand on that shit. Like he said, once you get that opportunity, you gotta stay on their ass. You gotta give it your all, bro. You gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta know, nigga. At the end of the day, nigga, it's me over everybody, nigga. I'm the number one draft pick. Pick me. We going to the Super Bowl every trip. But if you don't believe in yourself like that, you just it's over with. It's literally, bro. It's a dollar in the dream, bro. That's all you got, and you gonna be fucked.
Yeah, man. Ain't no loyalty in this shit, man. You know, keep speaking on loyalty. You go back to the whole incident with motherfucking hey, make the track go. OJ Juice, man.
Yeah.
He was talking about how
Half a brick,
Deb did him
whole
dirty.
brick, quarter
He was
brick.
saying Deb
Hey.
did him dirty. She did an interview saying she could have did more, and she regrets that she could have did more for his career and shit.
You got them papers
But
on you.
oh no, I go grab him. But it's just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Gucci fell out with her. You know, he had a drug problem. He was on lean and shit like that. End of the day. But Walker had to stay loyal to his mama. You know what I'm saying? He had to stay loyal to his mama. Now, it's sad because she basically gave Walker to Gucci, and Gucci was looking out for him. They was living together and everything, you know. But he said Gucci wasn't on his business. Like they wasn't doing tours. Gucci didn't know how to do tours. He didn't know how to set the shit up for his motherfucking artists. And Waka learned a lot about the business, you know, and he's trying to come back out with his whole shit, but Gucci owns that Brick Squad name. So they're having problems with that because Gucci's like, nigga, I own anything that got to do with the Brick Squad. You trying to come out with Brick Squad Monopoly, but I run this shit, you know, so they having difficulties. But Waka ran off doing that whole EDM shit and was introducing EDM to rap, and he made money touring in Europe. He was like, shit, it was a lot of money going over there. And they missed out on that because Gucci didn't never go outside the United States. He had all them legal problems. You know, when he got out of jail, he finally went over to Europe and he was just walking around feeling like a god or a king or whatever. But you got to look at loyalty, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Gucci was your man, but your mama was the one that was getting niggas all these opportunities and whatnot. So who do you stay loyal to? You know? Let me go grab it for you.
I'll go grab it. You good? Grab the box, that green box, Newports too. So y'all see what the fuck going on, man. It's shit real slight, bro. For real, like he said, it's loyalty. Loyalty is a must. And some people, but they don't give a fuck about loyalty. Loyalty don't mean a goddamn thing. I hope you ain't one of them motherfuckers. If you loyal, be loyal to the cause. Be loyal because you believe in it. Be loyal because, nigga, it's just be loyal. Fuck that, nigga. Loyalty, it's loyalty over love for real. Well, what 21 saying that one song? He said, I'd rather have loyalty than love because love really don't mean jack. He said, you could what? Had what, some loyalty by somebody, some bullshit. He said you could love me and still stab me in my back. That's what it was. Okay, cool, bro. That what the fuck? That's a prime example right there. That should just let you know. Loyalty to get your ass either killed or it ain't. You know, that's love. That's love. But loyalty, nigga, what either you gonna motherfucking love me on my worst day, regardless. Right or wrong, you stand with me. We stand strong. All is one. We a unit. If we ain't got loyalty, we ain't got no goddamn trust. If we ain't got loyalty, then that means you don't get no fuck about me. Soon as I finally get to where I wanted to make it in life, all you gonna do is what? Backdoor me. That back door wide the fuck open and they coming in full fledged. What the hell would you do? Come on. Man, it's a lot of young niggas out here going through this shit, man. They getting backdoored by their homies finally when they get up. We ain't even rich. Put it this way. It's a lot of young niggas out here finally touching that little bag. You know, they finally living life. They finally done got a whole lot of weight off their shoulders, and they finally trying to get to where the fuck they wanted to be in life. And all it takes is that one grimy motherfucker who been plotting on you. He done watched you from the day when you was broke, down on your dick, you ain't had shit. You broke. All you got is your word and your balls, boy. And what's gonna happen to you? Come on, man. These niggas gonna backdoor you. You gonna be fucked. You gonna be sitting out here. It's a lot of young niggas out here. They get caught lacking. You know, all these drugs, all these perks, all this lean. You know, you out here, you don't know what the fuck going on because you ain't in tune with your senses. You sitting here sleep in public, and you know you at war with everybody in your motherfucking city. How does that work, y'all? Come on, man. Be loyal to your own cause, bro. Stand for whatever you believe in, bro. And just know, any day, it could be your day, bro. It could be your day. But if you got loyalty, and you got a couple loyal motherfuckers who got you, you know, you should be all right. But you somebody who out here and they want to motherfucking be friends with the world, you want to friend everybody, you want to bring everybody to your mama house, everybody to your house, you want to introduce everybody to everything you got going on, you gonna have a whole lot of perpetrators and enemies that you do not know of. And the motherfuckers gonna come. They gonna come motherfucking knocking.
Nigga, I done lost out about 20 racks during the whole pandemic, putting niggas on, niggas running off on my people. You know, try to help niggas make street money. They ran off. Lost about 2 racks with that.
That shows.
Helping niggas get business loans. These pussy niggas running off on niggas. We done lost about 20 racks, dog.
And they ain't run off on him. They ran off on whoever the fuck he was doing business with. So that means these motherfuckers who he was doing business with, all that means is that whoever you was, whoever it might fall on you, correct. But the loyalty card, when it comes to pulling this loyalty card, bro, they didn't have no respect for whoever the fuck, you know, the play was. If the play was for this person and he brought them to him, your people supposed to respect you, have enough loyalty, you know, they supposed to be loyal to you, bro. They not supposed to run off on you. That means I'm not gonna be disrespectful, but that means they thought you was a bitch. That means they didn't give a fuck for you and what you stood for. Come on, man. I mean, they really tried you at the end of the day, bro. These niggas out here trying you, you know, and all you was doing was what? You was spreading love. He didn't get tried. But the motherfuckers that, you know, sent them and he helped
smoke with me. Oh, I ain't got to smoke with you, champ. Nah, nigga, but you still ran off on you. They really fucked themselves end of the day. Exactly. I ain't gonna break down how they fuck themselves, but
bite the hand that feeds you, man. Your ass
niggas ain't gonna know what to do when it's time to file their taxes and shit like that. You niggas was sleeping on the floor. They didn't even have cell phones. These niggas was fucked up. No cars, no nothing. Come to me begging. I put them down with the plays. They ran off on the people. At the end of the day, they fucked themselves. Now, a year later, they hit me up trying to figure out what to do. Now, nigga, deal with the IRS, fuck boy. Yeah. Now, these bitches, my baby mama, I meet this motherfucker. She already had 2 bankruptcies under her belt. One because her parents let one of her cars get into repo, so she did a bankruptcy at 21. I'm like, you didn't have to do a bankruptcy to avoid a repo. Then the second time she was in an accident and didn't have gap insurance to pay the car off, so she did another one. This is before I met her. So when I met her, her credit was fucked up, right? I put the bitch in a brand new car. You know what I mean? It was 2015. I put her in a 2016. I left the car lot with 2 whips, a Charger and a Cherokee. I did her schoolwork, helped her get her degree. She was making $19,000 a year, $11 an hour. I said, that's not enough, not to live with me. I'm sorry. Me and my ex had several properties. We was living a life. And my ex had 720 credit score. Like, she was lit when I met her. We met in college. So I'm like trying to build the new bitch up.
Build a bitch workshop. Yeah,
build a bear. Build a bitch.
Build a bitch, I'm telling you.
Honeymoon in Vegas, $3,000 ring. She never been nowhere. I spent $10,000 on 2 trips alone. Took her to New Orleans, took her to Vegas. That was my 4th time going to Vegas. This bitch ain't never been nowhere. Help her get a degree. Now she went to making 17 an hour. Now she's making 24 an hour. But she's not good with money and budgeting. Only thing she got a degree now, but she can't handle the money. So
can't handle it.
I leave her ass. She on her 3rd bankruptcy. The bitch got in more debt. How you do that? She's vegetarian now because of me, right? Her hair natural now because of me. You got that from me. So now the new nigga meet her. He gonna think she's a deep bitch and smart and all this. No, nigga, I built her up. You know what I mean? I wasn't finna pay for no BBL. I paid for her to get weight loss and all this different shit, spent $1,000 on that. Then the bitch thought I would have paid for a surgery. No, you need to change your diet. The same way I told her, you need to change your motherfucking budget habits, your money spending habits. But you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But at the end of the day, as soon as she thought she was built up, she didn't need me no more. You know, that's where the loyalty come in at. She listening to her raggedy ass parents who ain't never had shit. She the first person in her whole family to have a fucking degree. But I did her schoolwork. I was doing her papers for her. You know, how you a teacher and you could barely fucking read or write. I'm around here doing your shit for you. But that's where loyalty come into play.
Esau.
You know what I mean? First baby mama, we traveled the world together. Dominican Republic, Bahamas, Cancun, uh, where else? Puerto Rico, Vegas several times, California, Beverly Hills, the cabins in Tennessee at the Buckskin Cabins, the White Mountain Lodge in Colorado. Been out there twice on 2 ski trips. We stayed at the Trump in Chicago. Traveled the world together, had houses together. I had 4 in my name, 3 in her name, did all this shit. As soon as she got her master's degree, she thought she ain't need a nigga. She thought she was gonna make as much money as I was making. She goes back to Florida. She hated it so much up here. She get down there, find out that the job wasn't paying what she thought, and tried to come back. Now, bitch, you bailed out. Not only did she bail out when the feds came and snatched up my relatives, and she thought it was over for us, then she tried to come back. By then, it was like, nah, bitch, you did what you did. You know what I'm saying?
Needed you most.
Now we like close friends, bro, because at the end of the day, you know, she still was a good person. It was just fucked up. She got spooked out when the feds came, whatever the case may be. But that shit dug so deep in me. Like, this is tobacco right here. This ain't weed. I'm old school jail nigga. Roll tobacco in here. But I quit smoking weed when she left. When she took my motherfucking kids to Florida, watching my daughter cry and shit. That shit broke me down so bad, and I was depressed. I said, fuck this. I ain't gonna kill myself. I'm gonna kill this bitch with success. So she had to sit back and watch me build the next bitch up. You know what I mean? And then I was with the next bitch for like 8 years. But like, she put me on child support as soon as I got with the next bitch. Now that I leave that bitch, she takes me off child support. You know, and we close friends. I could call her right now. She'll send me some bread if I needed it. But, you know, that's not the point. But it's just the fact that motherfuckers will do shit to you just to get under your skin. And it's like, damn, is this how you felt the whole time? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you don't need a nigga once you got your little fucking money. You make it 3,000 a month, but you don't know how to budget the shit. I done invested in you, you know, thinking that now if I fall, you could catch me. But instead, what you do, you motherfucking think it's all about you, and it's fuck me.
Now we free falling.
Like,
ain't nobody here to guide.
I said never again, dog. They got us so fucked up in the United States with black people, this divide and conquer shit, and it goes back to slavery, and it goes back to the industrial age when motherfuckers went away to war and the men came back alcoholics or on drugs and shit. All the women was getting all the college degrees and getting the jobs. You know what I'm saying? At that time, they had this shit where they would place women at companies, you know, because they had to do it because it's a numbers game. So it divided the black families because the bitches felt they didn't need niggas, you know, half the time. So now you got the gay agenda and they turning all the bitches out. So not only were they chasing the massa, you know, but now y'all chasing other females and y'all don't need the black man and they done divided the black families, you know what I'm saying? And where's the fucking loyalty at? It's different. Back in the days, black people would be married 30, 40 years, 50 years, and they'd have 9 kids. Now you got motherfuckers barely having 2 kids, you know, since this whole recession and since the pandemic, you have more people move in and stay together.
You got women
you have people shacking up,
to have
but they're not getting married.
Daddies in their life.
They shacking up, but they wouldn't get married. So then now what they do, they take away the rights for abortion. You know, they take away the woman's rights for that. You know what I'm saying? So they playing these little games with people. They putting the shit in the shot, making them sterile. They had already did it with the H1N1 swine flu. They put something in that to make the women sterile. So this was a plan they've been had for population control. You know, but they divide us with drill music and with the gay agenda. So black babies ain't being born. And then when they are born, they grow up in this fucked up society and they get killed.
Yeah.
So the shit is just fucked up, man. But niggas is out here lost. This is why I'm not even fucking with rap music right now. Because they pushing this bullshit on us. And the kids is fucked up. You know, I never wanted a son. Now my third child is a motherfucking son. And I'm like, damn, I don't want him to grow up with what I went through. You know, my parents got divorced when I was 3. I didn't have a dad in my life. His daddy got killed in front of him. His daddy was a rapper. Like, shit's fucked up, dog. So It's like, this music is really pushing the bullshit. Then you got all these motherfuckers having all these kids with these toxic relationships. You got NBA YoungBoy. He's like 21 years old, running around with damn near 10. He got 8 kids. You know, before that, it was all Future got 6 kids. Bootsy got 7 kids. Dirk got 5, 6 kids. but they weren't as young as NBA YoungBoy. Now they got this nigga who was signed to PRE, and Dolph, he got like 14 baby mamas, 14 kids. We ain't heard of no shit like that since Shotty Low when it was gonna come out with a TV show for him. But people went and boycotted it, so it didn't come out because they was like, oh, it's making the black families look bad or whatever. But these are the realities that we're dealing with. Niggas is making babies and they can't even take care of them, you know. And there's a bunch of toxicity going around. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to NBA YoungBoy, but I'm like, how do you go and say you got herpes and then turn around and make all these babies with these women? They just signing up for this shit like diseases ain't real. Like that shit is just crazy to me.
Wow.
Like this generation is fucking crazy, dog. But it is what it is. Like JT from the City Girls was like, oh, I thought I would be one of NBA YoungBoy's baby mamas. Like, damn, bitches is proud to stamp themselves. Like, that shit's crazy. Yaya catches an attempted murder charge over this nigga, and then he's with the next bitch, doing videos with the next bitch. Like, come on, man. This shit is sad out here, man. But once again, it goes back to loyalty, It says Shorty must have had straight A's. Yes, she had good grades, dog, because, I got shot 5 times, so I quit school. But then I went back and was taking classes online. I got over 115 credits. And you probably only need 120 something, But then I quit again to help my second baby mama through school because I was in school at the time and working full time, 2 jobs. So it was like, my pops and moms always told me I had something to fall back on. Both of them got their degrees. They met at Tennessee State. So I always said, fuck it. If I can have my degree just to prove something, because that's all it's about. Regular customer service jobs, they want you to have a fucking degree now, which is bullshit. Who needs a 4-year degree to make 15 an hour? You got me fucked up. I was making $25 an hour at AT&T. And then I was going to be a tech, which I'd have made $60,000. You had to take 3 classes. I got to take 2 of them. And when it came to the last class, Bell South ended up merging with AT&T. And when I seen that, it was about seniority and all the people were going to take these tech classes. I just quit the job and was like, fuck it. But I didn't need a degree to make 50, 60,000. So I was like, fuck that. I ain't want to cut my hair. So I was like, nigga, I'll be a teacher because I'm not cutting this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to do it. All them other degrees, they want you to cut your shit. Like my pops was a math teacher in Chicago when he got out of the military. So I was like, shit, I could teach English. I could teach school. I'm real good at history. That's my shit. Psychology, that's my shit. And English is my shit. I never was real good at math. But my daughter in college right now to be an engineer, she's good at math, which she must have got that shit from my daddy. Because only math I fuck with is counting money, But hell yeah, nigga, I was writing her papers for her and taking tests for her ass, trying to build her up, But where's the loyalty? As soon as she thought that she could do this and do that, she took off, And she ain't doing no motherfucking better. Listening to her raggedy ass mama who ain't educated, ain't shit, trying to hype her up because they live off of her. She ended up giving them her old car, her old apartment, her old furniture, because I told her to. These motherfuckers just live off of her. So what y'all thought y'all was going to get a big house and live off of her and live off my child support and live under one house? That's why I didn't want to buy no more houses because I was like, fuck that. She ain't going to get my shit, you know what I mean? And then they live off of me. So fuck them, But my first baby mama ended up buying a whole house up here. Like you hated it so bad, but you ended up coming back up here. And now she done bought a house up here, a nice house, you know what I'm saying? Brand new. But either way, dog, I'm all about traveling, you know what I'm saying, and seeing the world. And neither one of them was on the same page. I read a lot of books. All they want to do is watch TV and shop. That ain't me. I'm a spiritual person, you know what I'm saying? And I read a lot and I'm very educated, so like that was the only issue with them. And then I was the one spending all the time with the kids. Shit, my second baby mama ain't even raising my son. He's staying with the grandparents right now. As soon as I left, he left. Then my first baby mama at one point, she wasn't getting along with my daughter. My daughter was living in Florida and I had to take her to court to make her get my daughter back up here. And then they didn't get along. She ended up putting her out. My daughter came to stay with me for some months. Then she ended up going back because my second baby mama was hating on her so much. So that's why I left the second baby mama because she was hating on my kids. And you so jealous of my first baby mama that you taking it out on my kids, hating when they come around, and I'm seeing this shit. And all I want is all my kids under one roof. I should be able to spend one Father's Day with all of them together. But you such a bitter bitch and hating that I had to leave your ass. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, you keep comparing my motherfucking kids and shit. And there's a lot of niggas out there going through this shit right now, bro. That's the only reason I'm speaking on this shit. I don't never speak on that shit, but it's facts. A lot of niggas go through this shit, bro. They got us divided and conquered out here, man. You know, but I believe in building motherfuckers up. You know, everybody that was running with me during the pandemic, I made sure they made some motherfucking money. You know, I put them down with grants and stuff like that. The government giving out this, doing that. Look, oh, look this up. Go do this. Go do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas out here, they just need guidance, you know, and that's what I'm on. But, you know, a couple of these dirty ass GD niggas ran off on some people I know. The other niggas was Bloods, and I'm looking out for them because they big homie was locked up, you know, and I put these little dirty niggas on and they fucked up his face card because they fucked up with me, you know. So, end of the day, I'm like, fuck niggas, dog. You can't help niggas, bro. You know, ain't no loyalty out here. Everybody want to be talking about this slime shit and slime that, slime that. We don't respect snakes around here. You know what I mean? Fuck all that. Don't call me no motherfucking slime. I ain't with that shit. Shit, that ran out. Yeah, dog. Y'all drop a comment below. Let us know the fuck y'all want to discuss. We're an hour and a half in. You know, like I said, we already discussed NBA and no cap. We discussed Charleston White. We discussed motherfucking Mimo 600. We discussed goddamn Asian Dog. We discussed Saweetie. We discussed Takeoff. You know, this is what we motherfucking do, man. End of the day, this is the first podcast. We're going to start bringing people in. We just in this room right here because it's just us. We in the little studio booth, you know, but next time we'll be on the couch out there and let everybody see what the fuck we got going on. But a lot of people wanted me to do this shit. You know, I wasn't feeling YouTube for a minute. So for like a year, I've been chilling. And these motherfuckers took away my monetization while I was chilling. And I had got 2,000 new subscribers when I wasn't even on that bitch. Shit, when I went viral, I got 10,000 in a week. So how the hell my videos get shadow banned because I'm speaking on COVID and 5G and Queen Elizabeth and real topics? They shadow ban my shit. So then I come back to YouTube and my shit wasn't going past 1,000 views. Like, what the fuck? So then all of a sudden, I dropped my video on the BDs and GDs, and that shit had 13,000 views in one day. So I'm back. You know what I mean? Now I got my motivation to do this shit again. But yeah, dog, I'm just not going to speak on none that goes against their agenda no more, bro, because they will block your ass. They do not want the truth to get out, you know, which is sad. And it's sad that I got to discuss gang shit to make motherfuckers tap in. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? Shout out Pros 730, Chris Miller, Smoothie TV, everybody in the comments, man. But yeah, y'all tell me what the fuck y'all want to discuss, man. We could talk about this shit. Today we speaking on loyalty, man. For real. It ain't much loyalty out here, bro. I learned over the pandemic, man. You know what I mean? From my baby mama to all these little dirty ass niggas around here. You know? Some dirty ass niggas. And it's mostly GDs, bro. Like a lot of backdooring and went in. And I witnessed it, bro. You know what I mean? It's sad. Even in the GD indictment for Atlanta, a lot of them killings was GDs killing other GDs. A nigga ain't with that shit. Nigga ain't sign up for that shit. That's why I'm still out here, my nigga. You know what I mean? Because I'm righteous, bro. I ain't out here catching charges, bro. We ain't supposed to be stealing and doing all that wickedness. It all come back on you anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm an EFI, nigga. We believe in motherfucking a balance, karma, you know, for real. But I notice, like, when I look up all my shit on YouTube, 90% of my followers are dudes in the United States. You know what I mean? So nigga got to get some women to start tapping in, you know. because this world wouldn't be shit without the ladies. You know, hell yeah, that spiritual shit is what I'm really on, bro. Oh, definitely, I'm finna do a video on Kyrie. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's coming this week. You know, that I was gonna bring some of that up now with the loyalty shit when I touched on the whole Kanye shit. But black people ain't fucking loyal. We sat there and watched them hang motherfucking Kanye and didn't do shit. We talk shit about him because really we black people jealous, you know. They motherfucking jealous, bro. That's what the hell it is. Black people don't want to see it. But his ass was an arrogant piece of shit anyway. Oh, I'm the richest man, black man, billionaire, da da da, and kissing these white people ass nigga. You could have got a black baby mama. You could have put out your own clothing without Balenciaga and Adidas and these white folks. You could have had a black lawyer. You talking about your 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 agent cut you off, your lawyer cut you off. Hell, you could have had black people. Then he had this dude, what's his damn name? No Gag TV. This black guy. I can't think of his name right now. But right before this nigga went viral, he stopped working with Kanye because he said, oh shit, this nigga asked for his Twitter password again. And he backed away from him right on time. But he was working with him. That's a black company. But for the most part, nigga, don't post no picture of Emmett Till talking about you comparing yourself to Emmett Till, who got beat to death for whistling at a white woman. No, nigga, you've been shining and smiling in these white folks' face. Now, when they kick you, you want to run back to us talking about, oh, I hurt my people when I spoke on motherfucking George Floyd. You should have never said what you motherfucker said. Point blank, period. Don't come back to us now, nigga. But at the end of the day, he's trying to get these conservative Republicans to be on his team. So what he's doing is he's going at Jews, he's going at black people, the same motherfuckers who's running behind Trump. So these are the people he's trying to please. You going at all them. And that's the motherfucking problem, bro. That's the motherfucking issue with him, bro. Then he wants to push this Satanism shit. You know what I'm saying? You pushing oh, the future is Uzi and the future is motherfucking Playboy Cardi. Both of them niggas push the gay agenda and they both push Satanism. So why are you pushing them? You supposed to be Mr. Christian Donda University. Why are you pushing Satanism? Why do you got motherfucking Marilyn Manson on the Donda tour when he just got canceled? Now you got this man winning awards on the Christian motherfucking streaming services. All these gospel singers are mad. They're like, why is Donda on here? But you got Marilyn Manson getting production credits. A nigga who is straight in the Church of Satan. So at the end of the day, bro, using religion, because he knows that Christianity is the most forgiving religion. So what does he do? He runs back to us on some old kumbaya Christian shit because he knows y'all are going to forgive him. So I got mixed feelings about Kanye. I agree with a lot that he's saying, but the way that he went about it is wrong. The way that he went about the shit is totally wrong, and I don't agree with that shit. But Kyrie, you see how them Israelites was outside of his game when he returned, the black Israelites. So let's see what happened with that shit, but he shouldn't have apologized. Why should we apologize for who we are? And tell you the truth, the 12 tribes really represent the 12 zodiacs. You know what I mean? The whole Bible is nothing but motherfucking astrology. Jesus really represents the pineal gland. The two thieves on the cross next to him represent the stems that hold up the pineal gland, the third eye. King Solomon's temple represents your body and the release of sexual energy that's suppressed. So when he gets hit 3 times and he's brought back up, which I ain't gonna give y'all no Masonic information, but when he's brought back up, that represents the pineal gland, bro, and the Kundalini rising up the spine. You know what I mean? The 12 tribes, the 12 zodiacs. When you break down the 6-point star, you got 6 over here and 6 over here. You got the even rays and the odd rays, the right and the left, right? So you'll have dual signs, like 2 snakes is Gemini, the virgin and the baby is Virgo. Then like Aries would be two horns. All right. Aquarius would be the water bearer plus the bucket of water. Two signs, right? So you have all of them on the right side. That represents Christ's energy. And when you're dealing with the seven rays, the seven mega powers that control everything, they control the 12 zodiacs. The 12 zodiacs control the planets. The planets control us. We control the animals. Then under the animals, you got plants. Then under plants, you got rocks and you got gems. And that's the seven motherfucking walks of life or the seven groups. You know what I mean? The number seven gonna keep popping up because that represents God, you know? But end of the day, the whole Bible is nothing but astrology, man. You know what I mean? Saturn represents El. That's why you have Israel, Hanael, Gabriel, Michael. El is Saturn. Also, El is the dragon, right? But El is also Satan, Shaitan, the administrator, right? So remember, Pastor Troy had a song called Vice Versa. Everything is reversed. Saturn Day. A motherfucker wears earrings because they're being heard by God. They wear a wedding ring because they get married in front of Saturn, right? You have elders who are elected. L, right? Well, L is Satan, just to let y'all fucking know. Then you got God, which would be kind of represented by Jupiter, right? Then you got the planets that have negative energy, like Neptune and Pluto. So it's funny, a rapper calls himself Pluto, and then Lil Uzi calls himself Baby Pluto. But you got to understand the planets go to war. That's why you have Mars called the planet of war, because the planets are actually going to war with negative and positive energy. And they're also soul stations. When you die, that's where you go, the seven heavens. You don't go past the Milky Way, right? So you have Sirius A, B, and C, Orion's belt, the dog star. The Egyptians know that's where we come from. We come from there, Pleiades, or the Great Bear. So the Egyptians had the three pyramids of Giza, which are aligned with the dog star, and they know how to shoot back up there. They had UFOs and all that. Under the Sphinx is a UFO. They had landing strips on there. You look at the hieroglyphics, they had hieroglyphics with a spaceman and a little fucking spaceship, right? Because we're not from here. This is the fourth world. We lived on Mars before we were here. All that shit is true, bro. But at the end of the motherfucking day, bro, we're workers. We're meant to be workers of the motherfucking Anunnaki or the dragon people, whatever you want to call it, man. Go look up the Mayans. Go look up Quetzalcoatl. Go look up the Incas, the Aztecs, the Olmecs. Why do you think there's pyramids in South America? All the way to the mounds that were in North America. There's pyramids in Russia, pyramids under the ice in Antarctica. All that shit was tapped in. You had Pangea, the land of Pan, right? It was all one continent. You know what I'm saying? So we all come from that. You had the people of Mu, which were the brown people, and then you had the black people, you know, from Atlantis. And that shit was split, just like you have Dominican Republic and Haiti on one island, you know? So at the end of the day, you know, we were built and made to be fucking workers. And there was a war here because we was like, fuck being workers with them people. There's proof that there was a nuclear war. They have found bodies that have radioactivity that animals won't even go near in fucking India from thousands of years ago, you know? So at the end of the day, we're around here calling these beings God or gods, but they're not God. God is the universe. We live within God. God means Gomer, Oz, Dubar, beauty, strength, and wisdom, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, sun, moon, and star. It tells you in the Bible, we are sun, moon, and star. It also tells you that in the Quran. You know what I mean? That's why in your Bible, in your body, you have hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. The same thing that's in the sun is in us. You break us down to a photon, which is a beam of light. You know, in our DNA, that's what we are. We were etheric beings. We got trapped into this flesh, and this is our prison. And when we die, we go to the other side. This death is nothing but another chapter. But you can't walk to the light. You walk to the light, then you're going to be reincarnated back into another body. You got to go to the darkness to end that cycle, you know. But you got to understand, man, Jews didn't believe in hell. They believed in Sheol, which is the grave, right? And then later on, They come out with this whole theory through Dante the poet, talking about there's 6 levels of hell. But what are those things? Greed, lust, envy, hate. That's the 4 devils. Then you have being inventive, being gluttonous, being slothful. Those are 7 levels right there. These are physical characteristics of us. We're trapped in our own hell. You want to go fuck bitches raw, you get burnt. You want to go kill somebody, then you go get life. You want to go shoot heroin, now you're an addict. You're in your own hell. So the Pope made all this money telling people, oh, you'll go to heaven if you pay me. I can be your intercessor. So that's how the Vatican became the richest bank. So there was a man named Martin Luther who came out with the 95 Thesis, and he went against the Pope. He was a Protestant. And he knows that Catholicism really stole everything from Egypt and from Samaria. That's why they dress the way they dress. So later, there was a boy named Michael, changed his name to Martin Luther. So did his father. And you have Martin Luther King Jr., which, by the way, he was a Mason, just like Elijah Muhammad was a Mason, just like Farrakhan and motherfucking pretty much Al Sharpton, George Washington Carver. All these people were Masons, bro. How you think they rose to power? Noble Drew Ali, he was a Mason. You know, at the end of the day, bro, people know the truth, but they'll make more money off religion. You know, so you just gotta stay spiritual and leave the religion shit alone, bro. You know, end of the day, we could live off body wisdom, bro. You got intuition. You know right from wrong. You know, you don't need all that fucking religion. It ain't nothing but them worshiping planets and shit. Venus is Lucifer. Virgo, feminine energy. Through the whole Bible, they tell you, oh, women are the root of all evil. You got Eve, you got Delilah, you got Jezebel, you got Mary Magdalene, the 3 Marys, and all of that shit going on. Well, bottom line, we're talking about feminine energy. You know, that's why you got these people talking about the divine feminine and putting out shit called the pink tape and the pink this and pink that, and they're pushing all this feminine energy. Well, you got to understand that Virgo is associated with the Virgin and Mary and moon worship, Diana and Ishtar and Isis and all of that. You know, that's why I practice Ifa, African religion. I ain't worshiping no fucking planets, you know. But yeah, man, people spend too much time trying to understand the Egyptians and understand that shit. It takes years to understand all of that shit, bro. You know, years. But I'm trying to give it to y'all slowly, man, because we only got to 2030, bro. We got about 7 years left in this bitch. You know what I mean? They trying to really make people slaves, bro. The chip has been here. The chip is already out. But that was the whole purpose of y'all taking the shot. So they could put something in your body that'll go with the chip. And I think they even call it Luciferus, the shit that's inside of the chip. You know, but I ain't gonna touch on it too much before they fucking take down our stream. But yeah, man, fuck all that religion shit, bro. They trying to get rich off of telling y'all these stories like it's a storybook, but inside them parables are deep lessons you're supposed to really learn from, you know. And that's why I love being GD, because GD helped raise me into this shit, growth and development. You know, obviously Larry Hoover must have been a Mason, because when you do the G-lock handshake, that's a Mason handshake. When you talk about 360 and 720 degrees, that's Mason shit. When you talk about standing on the square, that's Mason shit. You know, the nigga Lowski did a video saying that the first meetings was in an old lodge, you know, and that some older GD told him that all them niggas was Masons, you know, at the end of the day. Yeah, Hoover is Muslim, and a lot of his knowledge you could see come from the Moors, which who created the Masons, the Moors. You know what I mean? That's why you have the Shriner group within the Masons. And Moor or Mason supposed to mean son of Ma or son of the Moor, you know, which I'm gonna do a whole video explaining all of that shit, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, nigga, fuck religion. Just be spiritual. Know that you are a god or a goddess is within you. You know, they want to divide and conquer us and take the woman out the Bible. You know, the Holy Spirit was really man, child, and woman. Then they said, oh, it's the Holy Spirit, which is feminine, which represents Gabriel, which represents fire. But in reality, they want to take the woman out of the picture. It was always man, child, and woman. That's the Holy Trinity. Osiris, Isis, and Horus. They wanted to take the woman out. Just like they say women can't be preachers. They used to burn all the books in motherfucking Europe and shit. You know, you gotta know your history, man. I'm a history major, bro. I know history. I've taken religion courses in college, you know. And when you take American literature, you find out how much of that shit was in the Bible. Like Shakespeare helped write some of the Bible. You know what I mean? So like all this shit is bullshit they've been feeding us, bro. Yeah, dog. You know what I mean? These niggas is lacking knowledge, bro, pushing all this gang bullshit when originally it was about motherfucking knowledge. You know? That's what it was about, bro. Going back to the Black Panthers and shit. That gang shit is so fucked up now. Nigga said 2414 checking in, one love. What up, Mr. Philly Phil? You know? You missed it, man. We done talked about Saweetie fucking on Quavo. We done talked about NBA Youngboy and No Cap and loyalty, because NBA look at it like, hey, nigga, you around here in the studio with Moneybagg Yo's people, and you know I got beef with him, and you following motherfucking Dirk. And when they thought you dissed Dirk, you had the nerve to explain yourself. Why are you explaining yourself? These niggas is op. And if you know NBA, he's about loyalty. The nigga didn't want to do a song with Lil Baby because he had beef with No Cap. He didn't do a song with Lil Uzi because Uzi had beef with Rich the Kid. Now you got Rich the Kid in the motherfucking restaurant with Dirk. Niggas ain't fucking loyal. You know, you got Lil Baby fucking Saweetie, you know, end of the day, and she putting out a song responding to motherfucking Quavo. Is she wrong for that shit? It's bad timing, definitely. Then you got Asian Doll, cheated on Vaughn with Raw Youngin, Quavo, and Little Meech. Vaughn dies, and within 1 year, she fucks Jack Boy, Dougie B, and now some new guy. But yet you got 6 Vaughn tattoos, swearing that you want to die and meet Vaughn again. You so in love. Where's the motherfucking loyalty? You used him for clout. You got Charleston White. He fall out with Rainwater, MO3's motherfucking manager, right? Now you dissing all the women that was the mother of these dead rappers, from Lil motherfucking FBG Duck to Lil Snoop's mom. Why are you dissing them? Y'all was supposed to do a whole documentary for Netflix called Murder Changed Me, but soon as Rainwater cut you out of the deal, now you dissing all the mothers who had nothing to do with it. That means you never gave a fuck about them, period, nigga. You dissing MO3, but a minute ago you talking about you an MO3 fan and you was sneak dissing Trap Freddy, talking about you did all that because you an MO3 fan. So that means you was never loyal from the get-go. Then you sneak dissing the Crips from Rolling 60s, snitching, talking about you sent a gun to this nigga Melvin because you mad at the motherfucking 60s and you trying to blame them for Nipsey or whatever. That's your excuse, right? Okay. Then we discussed Takeoff getting killed because he was standing in between Migo Bands and Lil Cam, right? So is motherfucking Quavo wrong for being loyal to Migo Bands and not giving the information up, knowing that this man then killed your motherfucking nephew, right? We talking about loyalty now. We talking about Kanye and Kid Cudi. This nigga Pete Davidson sat there at the dinner table with Kanye's family. Soon as him and Kim go through it, he goes and fucks on Kim. Now, Pete Davidson said that Kid Cudi's music got him over his depression. They were all cool. But Kid Cudi's still kicking it with Pete, knowing that you used to be signed to Kanye. And when Kanye did his rant on the Life of Pablo tour, he was talking about Kid Cudi is the motherfucking future, and he's the prodigal son, right? Then y'all did a song, an album called Kids See Ghosts. So he showed loyalty to this nigga. And you turn around, motherfucking show that you not loyal. Talking about he's a dinosaur and you not doing music with him no more and fuck him and all that. And you was happy when Adidas dropped him. So what kind of nigga is Kid Cudi? You know what I mean? Where's the loyalty? Then we spoke on Bootsy, right? His little cousin just stole 5,000 out the house. Another cousin stole 10,000, telling somebody he could get a Bootsy feature. Then his own brother stole 250,000 from the whole contract that he had with Young Blue. He forged Bootsy's name and shit, right? So we talking about loyalty, man. Like, drop a comment below what y'all want us to discuss. Because we're going to be heading out of here in a minute. We've been on here for 2 hours. Y'all can rewind the motherfucking stream if y'all want to. Oh, we also discussed Mimo 600. The nigga was sneak dissing Dirk, talking about Dirk ain't in the hood, and he's really in the hood. He does a whole song called Property of No One. But then he turns around and goes to the Gucci video with motherfucking Dirk. Then he tattoos OTF on him. Then they fall out because they told him not to speak on NBA Youngboy and the Baby Project. And he goes online speaking on it, woofing. So they tell him to pull up. He pulls up, but he hides in the closet, and his man gets his chain snatched, and he don't do shit about it. But then he goes online talking shit, talking about y'all ain't get my chain. Another one of his Steve Jobs chains got took by FBG people. Then back in the days, his OTF chain got took by TTB Nez and them. And he tried to lie and say he was in the shower when it got took. But Dirk said in the song, why you lying about your chain? You know them niggas took it, right? So they've been sending shots at each other for a minute, and it then boiled over to Lil Varney going on live telling them, nigga, we had a meeting about you. Niggas was talking about taking your head off, you know? So where's the motherfucking loyalty? Boss Top just did a motherfucking picture where he said, I just left a house full of niggas passing backwoods to each other, and they was all plotting on killing each other. So Chicago is a backdoor city. Where's the motherfucking loyalty at, bro? You know, it's sad, man. Look at motherfucking G Unit. The only nigga still with 50 is Tony Yayo, his day one. Now, Young Buck said he didn't want to go at all them people, but he did it because he was riding for 50 Cent. You know, at the end of the day, your beef is my beef, right? So now look, you just got 50 with one of his loyal people. So at the end of the day, that's what NBA Youngboy wants, loyal people. He gave $1 million to Quando, right? So what's going to happen with Lil Tim? He done went to jail for the second time since he went to jail for shooting Vaughn. So he might not get back out. You know, he got a little jewelry, got a watch, he got a chain. But did NBA Youngboy give him any money? You know, after killing the biggest op, Vaughn? So that's what we talking about, man, today. Loyalty. Black people ain't sticking up for Kyrie. We didn't stick up for Kanye. We watched him get hanged. Then after it's done, we want to act like we all on their team. You know, it's fucked up, man. Shit crazy out here. You got anything for the people?
Not really.
Shit, if y'all ain't got no motherfucker done y'all want us to discuss, we finna be out of here, man. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes. Shout out to everybody that was in the motherfucking comment section. That's what we need. We need people to comment so we can discuss this shit, man. Engage with us. Because I don't go live. Y'all know that shit. But this the new podcast, man. Pimp Juice YGTV. And this segment is called OG Talk with Champ. You know what I mean? Y'all need to follow GUALAE'HUNCHO, man.
Yeah. Everybody, my name Guale. Just, y'all all just refer to me as Guale. Hunchos, that's just the, if you ever had to search me up on Apple Music or anything, that's what you search. That's the full artist name. But, to me, to y'all, it's just Guale. We Guale, man. Guale in the game. Guale in the game. Shout out to my Pimp Juice family. Pimp Juice, YGTV. It ain't nothing but love, y'all. This shit is gonna be once a week. We're gonna try to do this at least probably twice a week if we can. But no less than once a week, y'all. Y'all gonna have y'all a new video every week. We gonna go live. We gonna really start just recording these bitches, and then we gonna drop them. But we gonna also go live. The more y'all tune in, the more that we see y'all really fucking with us, then the more we'll go live. The more we'll give y'all what y'all want. It's all about knowledge. Knowledge is key. To each his own. At the end of the day, we can't force y'all to fuck with us. We can't force y'all to watch us, but we most definitely gonna do our best on our end to make sure we give y'all the best content. We gonna most definitely always, relate to life. We ain't no Hollywood. These ain't no written scripts. We literally just going right off the bat with this shit, man. We gonna sit down every trip and we just gonna start on one topic, and that topic gonna drift us off into the next one. And we gonna see where that shit lead us, just like we did today. We started with a few key pointers, and that shit led us into a million different one stories today. But it was all real. It was all knowledge, and at the end of the day, it's all our point of view, so there is no right or wrong. There is no, oh, he ain't right or I ain't right or anything. This is, like I said, in the description, this is all life. It's all about life. It's all in what we believe in, what you believe in, and y'all the fan base, bro. We need y'all. At the end of the day, y'all gotta comment. Y'all gotta let us know what the hell it is y'all that. If you feel like somebody said something wrong, say that. Drop your comment. Drop a comment or two. We'll get back to you. Shit. You feel like what we said was right, agree with us. Goddamn, put a comment down, critique us. Let us know, shit, we missed a step or we missed out a key information, and you feel like, it's a key pointer in the world need to know. Drop that right there down in that little comment box, man. And we gonna most definitely recite it every time. We gonna let everybody know. We gonna jump dead on those topics. To be honest with you, every time we see it right there, we gonna hop right on it, just like he did today.
That's what's up. Tell them how to spell your shit. GUALAE.
Yeah, HUNCHO. GUALAEHUNCHO. No cap. I'm just an upcoming artist coming out of Atlanta. For real. I'm an entrepreneur, y'all. I'm big on everything, bro. Like I don't just do one thing. I got a mobile detail business. I got we got this shit going. I got a little podcast. I got, like I said, I'm an upcoming artist. I rap. I also do a whole lot of other shit. I got a clothing brand I just came out with this year, One Play. I'm also finna drop my Bike Life merch, and my Bike Life brand drops 128.23. Y'all know cap 128.23. We dropping FSR. That's Front Street Riders. That is Front Street Racing. Apparel, clothing, racing equipment. We gonna have it all, and we also do mechanic. On the bikes. You need a bike fix. Bring it to us. Most definitely, we gonna go ahead and get that
Y'all
shit.
check out that Bike Life video on my page, man.
All Bike Life content is also gonna be posted on this page. Because this is my page. And I also don't only, we do this podcast. This podcast is weekly, and that's what this is for. But yeah, check out them other videos. It's gonna be straight Bike Life. It's gonna be none but wheelies. One wheel up, and we finna go. Put the bikes up, guns down, y'all. Atlanta Bike Life. We out here is lit. We finally got in tune with my boy JT, the Bike Trap. Shout out to Bike Trap on the South Side, Clayco. If you know what's going on, shout out to my boy JT, man, for real. He be out there with Leak GT and them. All them other little famous little YouTubers. And if you into this bike life shit, then this shit is big. It ain't just nationwide. This shit is worldwide. They go out there and everybody participating in these ride outs and all these other little cities, and this shit happen at least once a year. It's a lot of people that done fell, victim to this bike life shit, and they done lost their life, and some people done just been killed out there, and in they cities just, I don't know, how life is, y'all, but they got these events every year. They got Rail Day out there in Philly, I believe that's where it's at, or Pennsylvania. I don't know if I'm wrong, correct me, but these happen every day. It's every other day. People out here hopping in their trucks, loading their little motorcycles up, they loading their bikes up, and they hitting the road, and they literally participating in the biggest ride out ever. You go out to Miami, that shit happen every summer. They lit. You in Atlanta, you riding through the city, you gonna catch these boys through there, man. Atlanta Bike, like they everywhere. It's everywhere, y'all. Shit.
So we out, man.
But we out though, man. Ain't nothing but love, man. We finna got down. Pin Juice YGTV, y'all. Shout out my boy Champ Young. We out this motherfucking no cap. Catch us next week. Tune in. Same time. We here. Lord, y'all. We out this bitch. It's your boy Guale. Turn up.